Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Masterclass with Tapas. This is the place for new age management skills and lifestyle tips for budding managers like you all. So today I will be talking in details about what do you mean by a manager and how you can become a manager with a difference. So the video will be a little long, but stay with me and it will be an interesting one, that can be sure. A manager's job is very crucial in an organization. He is a planner, coordinator, producer, and the marketer too. The success of an organization will depend upon the caliber of a manager in utilizing the resources for achieving business goals. A manager is a pivotal figure in the task of creating wealth. They are the rapid changes in technology, methods of production, marketing, technical, and financial setup, and the manager should be competent enough to cope with all those changing. A manager is the person in the organization who directs the activities of the others. The manager perform their work at different levels and they are called by different names. The first line manager and those who manage teams at ground level. Then the middle level manager include all the levels of management between the supervisory level and the top level of the organization. These managers may be called functional managers, plant heads, and the project manager depending upon the nature of the industry. Near the top of the hierarchy, there must be a top manager who are responsible for making organizational decisions and setting policies and strategies that affect all the aspects of the organization. This person may be called vice president, managing director, chief executive officer, or maybe the chairman of the board. So, what are the managerial functions? A manager has to perform functions like planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. All these functions are essential for running an organization smoothly and achieving enterprise objective. Planning is required for setting goals and establishing strategies. For coordinating organizations helps in determining what tasks are to be done, how to be done, which group needs to be done, and whether decisions are to be made. Staffing function is essential for employing various types of person and performing various activities like training and development, appraisal, compensation, and the welfare, etc. And today's world, managers become more effective than ever as they are taking care of the team in this utmost difficult situation during this pandemic. So let's talk about the skills required for becoming a manager with a difference. Managerial skill. A manager has to perform a number of jobs. It necessitates that a manager should have proper skill to perform different jobs: physical health, vigor, addresses, and the mental ability to understand and learn, the judgment, mental vigor, and the adaptability. Then moral energy, fairness, willingness to accept responsibility, thinking out of the box, loyalty, dignity. Then the education background, general acquaintance with the matter, not belonging exclusively to the function performed, should have a broader knowledge about all the subject. And obviously technical, which is peculiar to a function, experience arising from the work proper. He should have a proper experience in handling team. Managers must have the necessary technical skills or the ability to work with the resources, tool, technique, procedures, etc. First line managers as well as the middle managers have involved in technical aspects of the organization's operation. Technical skill including knowledge of and the proficiency in certain specializations such as engineering, computer, finance, manufacturing. Even though the needs for technical skills is less when a manager moves higher in the hierarchy, but still technical proficiency helps in taking decisions. Then the human skill, it is ability to work well with the other people both individually and in a group, which is the major criteria these days. Manager with human skills can get best out of the team working with them. They know how to communicate, motivate, lead, and inspires. That's why we call them leaders. And these skills are needed by managers at every level, but the top managers need them the most. Conceptual skills. Conceptual skills are the ability to integrate and coordinate various activities. Manager must have the ability to think and to conceptualize what the abstract solution might be. They must be able to see the organization as a whole and the relationships among its various subunits and to visualize how the organization fits into the broader environment. Conceptual skills are helpful in decision making since all the managers have to take decision, so these skills are essential for all the managers, but these become more important as they make up for the organization. He should have the following other skills too while performing his work, which is education, which is the major background that we need as a manager. A manager must have a proper educational background. These days managers are supposed to have the management education beside other educational qualifications. Education not only widens mental horizon but also helps in understanding things and interpreting them properly and understanding of the business too and the environment in which business are running these days. So it is very important for dealing with various problems the organization may have faced. Intelligence. A manager has to perform more responsibilities than any other person in the organization. He should have a higher level of intelligence as compared to the other person. Intelligence will help a manager in assessing the present and the future possibilities for the business. He will able to take correct decision and foresee the things in advance and take necessary decision at the appropriate time. A manager has to direct and motivate the person working in the organization. He will provide leadership to the subordinate. The energies of the subordinates will have to be channelized properly for achieving the organization goals. If a manager has the leadership qualities, then he can motivate subordinate in improving their performance and working to their full capacity for the benefit of the organization. Then training and development. Everybody needs training and manager has to acquire the managerial skills. These skills consist of technical skills, human skills and soft skills, or maybe conceptual skills. These skills have to be acquired through education, guidance, experience, etc. These skills are needed for at the all levels of manager. Then obviously let me talk about more into the technical knowledge. A manager should have the technical knowledge of the subject that is going to be his main domain. He will be have a better position and respect and guide if he himself has the knowledge of those activities and subject in which he is working. Then maturity. A manager should have a mental maturity for dealing with different situations. He should be patient, good listener and quick to react to the situation. He has to take many awkward decisions which may adversely affect the working if not taken properly. He might be unpopular with those decisions, but he has to keep calm when dealing with subordinate. All these qualities will come with mental maturity. Positive attitude is an asset for a manager. A manager has to deal with many people from inside as well from the outside the organization. He should have a sympathetic and positive to the various suggestions and take human decision. He should not be prejudge the things and take sides. He should always try to develop good relation with various person dealing with him. He should also understand their problems and try to extend a helping hand. Then self-confidence. A manager should have is self-confident. He has to take many decisions daily, but he may has to analyze the things systematically before taking any decision. Once he take take decisions, then he should stick to them and try to implement them. So confidence is a must. A person who lacks self-confidence will always be unsure of his decision. This type of attitude will create more problems than solving them. So be confident. Then foresight. A manager has to decide not only for the present but for the future too. There are rapid changes in the technology, marketing, consumer behavior, and the environment around us during this pandemic. So these changes are continually having some effect on the managerial decision, like economic policies will be require repercussion in the future. A manager should visualize what is going to happen in the future and prepare an organization for facing those situations. The quality of foresight will help in taking the right decision as face the common things in the right perspective. In cases things are not rightly assessed, then he or maybe the organization may face adverse situations. So role of a manager is really very critical, and which is concerned with the behavior pattern of a manager with an organization. Role of a manager is different in like a manufacturing or maybe a service industry or any other. But say for instance, the prominent view at the time was the manager were reflective thinkers who carefully and systematically processed information before taking any decision. That his managers were engaged in a large number of varied, unpatterned, and maybe short duration activities. There are very little time for reflective thinking because managers encounter constant interruption, or we can say that it is a categorization of skips or defining what manager do based on actual managers on the job. Then it concluded that manager perform their different but highly interested roles. The term management roles refers to the specific categories of managerial behavior, which gives a different or thought or per se a different level of thinking to the managers. Then interpersonal roles or skills. A manager has to perform some duties as a figurehead. He may receive the guests from the outside or preside over a social function of the employees too. He may have to sign some legal document as a head of an organization. These are the roles played by the figurehead. He has to also act as a leader when he has to sort out the activities of the subordinate. He has not only to motivate the employees but also to look after them, or maybe involved in hiring, firing, or maybe discipline actions. The role of interpersonal relations with the manager is to liaising with the other managers from other domains, be it marketing, production, HR, finance, IT. The outside information providers may be an individual or maybe the customer. Role of the managers are primarily a driven force in organization growth and expansion. Large organizations are particularly complex due to their size, processes, people, and the nature of the business. So there might be a lot of stages, or you can say the standard between the lot of managers in their skills, talent, or maybe compensation. So it's a really a challenging job to become a manager with a different. But to cut it short, what I say, if you want to be a good manager, keep focusing on your team and be human. To become a top management, I think you should be focusing on those skills. So what do you think? So if you all like my thoughts and ideas, give my channel a huge thumbs up, share it, comment it, and subscribe it. Till I meet next, bye for now. Thank you.